have some close-up pics of your suits? I'd love to see some in clear interior mouth and eye shots. Okay, here you go.
This video is made with generous donations from amazing furries, just like you.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing another Final Cut episode, the last one for my fursuit head tutorial. So all the questions I'll be answering today were left by you guys in the comment section of that video. So let's get right on into it. And my phone is just locked. Thanks, phone, that's very helpful. No, I cannot Face ID right now. Okay, so this first question is from Spotty the Spots, who asks, awesome tutorial as always. I don't know if I missed that or if you didn't say it, but how do you shave the fur that's really close to the eyes? So you can do this many ways. They are right in saying that you want to shave slightly differently around your eyes because the fur can leak over and it doesn't really look good. You can use scissors to really get close to the backing in that area, or you can use a shorter blade length. For example, in that video I was using a 7FC blade. You could use a 10 blade instead, and that will really help get that fur really, really short. Just be really careful not to show the backing. We don't want any backing visible. So just take a lot of care. You can use scissors or you can use thinning shears. They're like the ones that you see at the hairdresser with the things. I'll put up an image. That's what thinning shears look like. And they will be really helpful in really thinning out that fur and bringing it closer to the backing without actually showing the backing. Okay, Air asks, hey Sky, quick question regarding the hair tuft. Why did you glue it when you were going to ladder stitch it anyway? Are you using the glue to pin it in place to make sewing easier? Yes and no. I used to just glue my hair poofs, and I guess now it's just kind of a bit of a habit, but it also means that if the stitching comes undone at any point, that it's still going to stay on the head, which I have had before, mainly because people like picking their suits up by the hair poofs. So it's a little bit of insurance there for a big piece that's just ladder stitched on. You can't see it or anything like that, so it's not a aesthetic ew, but it does mean that it's a little bit more insurance and safety to make sure that if it does come undone, it doesn't come off, because we don't want to lose it. That would suck. And you also asked, do you have some close-up pics of your suits? I'd love to see some in clear interior mouth and eye shots. Okay, here you go. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to show you with Meep here. It is kind of hard to get clear shots inside the mouth, so I'm currently working on the finish of inside my mouth, but that's pretty much what the inside of the mouth looks like. Got little teeth, and I can show you inside the head. So as you can see, it is fully lined, and I'll see if I can turn my flash on so I can show you what's inside. So that's what it looks like inside. It's pretty much all closed, and the lining goes into the eyes and the mouth here, and yeah. I'm still working on getting it 100% clean, but I'm pretty happy with how far I've come, considering none of my necks used to be lined and there used to be foam showing, and I've got a little tag on the back. So there you go. The next question is from Elizabeth Schilling, who says they've got two questions. Is it the same technique for making girl eyelashes as boy? I interpret the black felt around the eyes as being eyelashes, fairly subtle with cartoon boys and big dramatic with cartoon girls. Yes, so as you can see with Sky, she has a little eyelash. So that's up to you. There's feminine suits without these, but it's 100% up to you on how you want to portray your character's gender. So you can do big eyelashes, you can do little subtle ones, you can make the bottom jaw slightly inwards. So a further more pronounced bottom jaw, further out and bigger, will give a more masculine look, whereas a more delicate, receded back lower jaw will give it a more feminine look. There's many, many different ways that you can actually do this, and just play around and see what you like. And the second question is, at what point in the build would you construct and add fangs? My character's going to have some pretty big fangs. I've yet to properly finish any drawing plush or model of her now that she's got those things in her mouth. Yeah, so that depends on your personal preference, really. You can add them at the very, very end. You can make plush ones and then just hand sew them into the base. You can incorporate them into the furring process the same way you just do the nose. So you carve them out of foam, you tape them up, and you add that as part of your patterning. I think I did that with my Galaxy Saber. That is 100% up to you when you add them, but you can either add them before you fur or completely after you fur. That is 100% up to you. If you're talking about teeth, you can sew them into your mouth lining. That's one option, or you can glue them in if they're 3D printed, or whatever you decide that you want to do. Ghost asks, do you have any suggestions for how to best clean your workspace after shaving? I have a small studio area in my home and I use it for art commissions too. I'm just wondering best to clean up all those little fibers to prevent them from sneaking into other orders. Thank you. So a couple questions there. Is your space carpeted, or is it hardwood floor or tile or something that's not going to pick up all of those furs by itself? So generally I do a vacuum at different stages when I'm shaving, at least. I'll tell you right now, there is no real way to stop the fibers sneaking into other orders, because when anybody who's gotten a brand new fursuit will tell you, you kind of get this new fursuit shed that like all of the leftover fibers from cutting the fabric, shaving will start coming out of the suit, no matter what we can do to actually clean it up. It's not going to impact the final look of it, but if you want to be really clean, just frequent vacuuming, and if you have a carpet, use a slicker brush and brush your carpet. So the metal brush, use a slicker brush and just brush your carpet, and that will get a lot of your fur out of the carpet. And the last question is from Samuel, who says, if there's other people in the room with you, do they have to wear a mask too when you shave? If I work alone pretty much. Like sometimes I'll have friends over. I have a couch specifically in my workroom for that when friends come over to visit. But I do give them at least a COVID style N95 mask. Just any mask is better than none. So yeah, of course I would give other people masks if they were in my workshop as well. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for all the love on the new tutorial video. I really hope it's helpful. Next will be coming a bodysuit tutorial, so keep your eye out for that. It's currently in the process of being filmed because I want to film how I actually made the padding shapes. But keep an eye out for that, and I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that may be. So goodbye now, friendos.